So hello and welcome to episode 15 of the deck Durdle. Today's card pool that we're going to be deck building from is Tempest, Stronghold, Exodus. 2 packs of each. You know the procedure. I'm not going to go through anything in this video. I'm assuming if you're watching this one, you've watched other ones in the series and you've got the gist of what this is about. I will just bring up the original packs that were opened virtually. So here's the 2 Tempest packs. We're using MT Gen because we always use MT Gen and it's fantastic. So you can see here from the 2 packs, here's our 2 rares. We've got Furnace of Wrath and Maddening Imp. So Furnace of Wrath is a sort of all-in red card, 1 and 3 red. Double all damage assigned to any creature or player. Okay, and that's across the board, remember. So that's not just our damage we assign, it's damage that's assigned to us as well. So you got to know really what you're doing with this sort of card and try and build your deck around it to mitigate the downside. Maddening Imp, 2 and a black, flying. So 1/1. All non-wall creatures target opponent controls attack this turn if able. At end of turn, destroy each of those creatures that did not attack. Use this ability only during target opponent's turn and only before combat. So that looks like a sideboard card if we were playing black. Harrow's in the set. We've got 2 of those that are uncommon. Night of Dawn, Sortari Police, Vex Townships. There was a cycle. Well, I think all the non-basic lands were in the first set, in the Tempest set of the block. That's why in this particular instance, I think the sealed build from the block is going to be the most interesting in some ways. Flickering Ward. There's a lot of hosing going on in this set. Oh, there's Dream Cache. So quite a few interesting commons here. Gravedigger was in the set. Obviously Slivers were in the set. I'm just going to switch views so you can sort of see what that looked like in its original boosters when I first did this, and just so you can get a feel of the colour breakdown from the booster. If that sort of as fan side of things interests you. Okay, Stronghold, Jinxed Ring and Shaman and Core are our rares. So Jinxed Ring, 2 to cast, artifact. Whenever any card is put into your graveyard from play, Jinxed Ring deals 1 damage to you. Sacrifice a creature, target opponent gains control of Jinxed Ring permanently. Shaman and Core, 1 and a white. 0, redirect 1 damage from Shaman in Core to a creature you control. So this was a thing in this set. 1 and a white, redirect to Shaman in Core, all damage dealt to any one creature from any one source. Would that be referred to as a pariah type effect? I don't know whether pariah was printed before this set or not. Interesting uncommons. So there's a Sliver, we've got Flame Wave, Heat of Battle. Yep, lots of graveyard shenanigans going on here potentially. We haven't really leveraged any of that in the deck build so far. There's 2 torches existences as well. And then just looking at the original draw, as it would have looked in a pack. There you go. And then finally Exodus. Okay, couple of legends. So we got Ertai Wizard Adept, 2 and a blue, summon legend. Ertai Wizard Adept counts as a wizard. Okay, obviously. Well, not obviously. Maybe when you're an adept, you're not necessarily a wizard. You haven't got that far yet. Two and 2 blue. Counter target spell. Play this ability as an interrupt. Maybe you need to be a wizard exemplar to be a full wizard. Mirari Cat Warrior. 1 and 2 green. 2/3. Mirari Cat Warrior counts as a cat warrior. Okay. So I guess again a bit of a giveaway in the name. First strike and forest walk. Attacking does not cause Mirari to tap. Okay. Uncommon, Crashing Balls, Keeper of the Mind, Price of Progress, Sky Shaper, Song of Serenity, and Spike Rogue. And some interesting commons. Okay, so that's what the pack would have looked like originally. Not much spike action going on in this particular pool, like we've seen in the past, but again it's all dependent on the particular set. With each of the sets fairly diluted here, so I suppose anything interesting is going to happen through block synergy. But not jump ahead, that's a forthcoming episode. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do, seeing as we've seen the cards already, I'm going to start sorting these, or filtering out stuff I don't want. So I'm just looking first of all for instant speed stuff. That's interesting. There's a fog effect with life gain attached to it. There's the Harrows. Second land. Okay. Yeah, let's just sideboard that. Okay. Lightning Blast, yes please. Nope. Yeah, Shadow was a thing in the block, but in some sets it's stronger than others, so I don't know how diluted we're going to see that. There's a buyback as well. What do I want to do? Tap down. Do we want a sort of blue-black fun police deck? Oh, sliver. I'll come back to the creatures in a moment. Let me just see what we've got here. So we can create rat tokens. Just seeing what sort of sorcery speed removal. There's quite a few sort of interesting pseudo removal here. That's very situationally dependent. There's mulch here. Okay. Yeah, those are tricky to pull off. So that's fine if we're playing green-white. But it's pretty slow. Well, in terms of if you want to, yeah, once you use this to generate green or white, you can't then use it again until the turn after the next turn. If a creature is put into any graveyard from play, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. Should we try and do something with the graveyard? I suppose we can. What do you reckon? Blue-black as a first build? Yeah, blue-black. We'll try red-green, I think, as well. See if we can pull this off. How's my white looking? Okay, let's do that. Don't need that. One for one. Unless we're desperate. Although, no. So we've got Vampire Hounds, Thrall Surgeon, oh, there's our Maddening Imp. All non-wall creatures target opponent controls attack this turn if able. Interesting. What's that? That's a lure effect, isn't it? For non-walks. Staple to a creature. This is... Two for 2. Although I might be able to play slivers. Blue black certainly looks interesting. Okay, let's try that. See what we can come up with. Already I'm looking at this going, yeah, no, maybe red-green's the way to go, but we'll build a red-green deck in a moment. Is this going to be one of these decks where with the... Yeah, I think I know where I'm going to go with the slivers actually. We'll do a red-black as well. I think this might be one of these decks that just builds itself because there's, you know, like lots of many cards. Okay. Creatures are looking pretty bad. What do we got? Scare Tactics, Shadow Rift, Mind Games. Probably not a good idea. I need to play this. Just so I've got enough creatures. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff here. Maybe I don't want that. I've got too few creatures. It's a bit risky. Some card draw going on. Creatures. So I've got to cut 5 cards. I think in terms of card draw. Charged creature cannot attack, block or play any ability requiring an activation cost. That creature's controller may sacrifice a permanent to ignore this ability until end of turn. Okay, 3 cuts to the deck. Yeah, I don't know if that's any good or not. That's a pretty high buyback cost. Decisions. Maybe it's not so good because you can see it coming. Okay, let's try. Let's check out the stats of the deck. I had to really think there. That's why I went a bit quiet. I think the problem is, I don't know if I mentioned it, I've just recorded my Magic the Relaxing video, so I feel a bit too relaxed. So I'm rather chilled out. It feels like my mind's gone a bit blank, but in a good way. Oh, that looks interesting. I seem to remember some pretty cool looking swamps in here. Okay. Because of course now I'm so relaxed I keep forgetting. Okay, black, blue. Right. Good old 10-7. Right, let's see what, if anything, this deck does from a card draw perspective. So we got, we got 2 swamps, a lab rat, but the only I mean, you'd really want to leverage the buyback. That's a steep cost though. So this is sort of dual use here. You could use this if a card had Island Walk on it. But also you can use it as a form of mana fixing on your own lands. Well, yeah, so that's where that comes in. Well, that's not so good. So 2 swamps and an island. Turn 2 Thrall Sergeant. We've got Deathstroke. Keeping in mind we can't cast until we got a second blue. And we've got Volrath's Curse, but we wouldn't want to cast that till we've got a creature in play. Labrats, Swamp, 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 Tidal Warrior. Marsh Lurker, Island, Thrall. And there's that Maddening Imp. Yeah, it's a bit weak, this deck. It doesn't really do anything. There are some interesting interactions, obviously. So obviously Sea Monster and where's it gone? Tidal Warrior. We got some unblockable stuff. But again, it might be too long before anything really comes online. We might be in danger of dying before we can do anything useful. Okay. So, let me just zoom this black. I want to have a look at the what black red looks like. I think I'm going to get rid of that low rats. Oh yeah, there's the furnace of wrath. Right, back in you, Sliver. Right, price of progress. Oh yeah, we definitely want lightning bolt. Instant speed removal. 2 for 3. Let's just put some mob justice in the deck. Okay, so our only problem, we got no way of making opponents' cards mountains. Whenever any creature blocks, Heat of Battle deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. I don't think so. Right, let's see what this looks like. Look at the stats. It's fairly equal. So we want to bring our swamps back in. Oh. To be a bit careful here, we've got quadruple red. Whoops, wrong one. What am I doing? Right, mountain. Tempest. Well, I might have to do that again. I'm a bit worried about Flame Wave. But, I mean, it is, does it matter? That's Wrath effect that we only need in extremis. Let's have a look. Okay, so first draw 2 mountains, Furnace of Wrath, turn 4, but we might not have enough mountains come online. And again, this could work against us. Cinder Crawler. Statistically, so we could do a turn 2 Cinder Crawler. We don't have any black yet, there we go. So then our other black cards are possibles once that's online. This looks a bit more of a promising deck. Certainly looks fun. Some cards in here could punish us if we're not careful. 2 mountains. Yep, that's not the best hand. We're certainly most of the time making drops, but it's not very inspiring. This is definitely a very tricky set. Some of the earlier sets in Magic, it's very difficult. Like I was, you know, I say relatively speaking, I came into Magic around 10th edition, and it's a completely different game to these sets. So this is good if you sort of grew up with these sets. But I suppose I've been spoiled a bit with more recent sets, and even though I've actually done several of these videos around this block, it still takes mentally thinking about how to best leverage some of these cards is pretty tricky. The creatures were slightly weaker. Non-creature spells were better, but you had to really know what you were doing. Okay. Let's try green-red. Certainly from a creature perspective, it's a lot stronger. I'm going to get rid of that metallic sliver. There's loads of ramp in green generally in this block actually. Right, where's my crashing boards? Oh. Instant speed arrow. Oh, there were some spikes in here. There's a couple. Just drag all this over. I don't really care where it ends up. I'm going to fix it in a moment. Leave those red out for the moment because I took them out earlier, so I don't really, really want to play those. Right. Let's just put that over the moment. Okay, mulch. Let's check this out. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library to all players. Put any of those cards that are lands into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Okay. Risky. Be better with green-black. Ton of creatures here, which is good. Actually, some of this isn't, so just move that over. Let's cut one overgrowth. Is there anything in red that I pulled over? Not really. This is going to be fairly easy to look at the like the green-black build as well, I think. Oops, my mistake. That's not going to be very good. We've got no land in the deck yet. Not so smart. Many mountains in here. The only problem is I've got that 4 red casting cost monstrosity. Okay, let's have a look. Mountains, forests. Look at the stats. Yeah, I need that flame wave to be castable. This is tricky. Okay, we got. How did I end up with that? That's weird. Just had some cards come back. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Two forests. So we'll turn to Pygmy Troll. Oh, there we go. Now we can cast some of our red stuff. Furnace of Wrath isn't going to come online until we get there you go. 3 mountains, but again could work against us. Interesting. Yeah. I'm still not. This is probably one of the harder pools to build with, I think, so far. We'll have a look at that. Black green. So what the hell do we want in here? That's going to help us. Don't know if I'm convinced here. I seem to be missing something here. I thought there was another black card, like removal. Okay. Yep, this is tough. Just making a deck that does something interesting, I think. Okay, so we've got two swamps, Maddening Imp, Heartwood Dryad, Tortured Existence, and Vampire Hounds. So at the moment we won't really anything useful until turn 3 with that hand and all the some cards. We've got no forests. Just something weird's going on again. Don't know why it does this. No, there they are. Except we seem to have regained some stuff somehow. Yeah, look. 911. Strange. Three swamps in the forest. Okay, so we have got a turn 1 Sky Shroud Ranger, turn 4 Gravedigger. Oh, turn 3 Rottweiler. Well, that's actually not too bad. Wow, a lot of land on that hand. More land. Maddening Imp. So we definitely could be doing something turn 3. Well, what I've seen so far, I'd probably be inclined to either go black green maybe, or yeah, maybe black green or red green. Okay, that happens sometimes. So yeah, not the best pool in the world. I think the trouble was here, there wasn't really anything creature-wise that really inspired me. Just check that curve again. I suppose really this is the best. So you've got vanilla, well, with trample. So that's 6/6 for 7. So I would probably say, yeah, the strongest builds in this pool are going to be green creatures with something. I don't know if we're strong enough in green to try and play mono green. Is that a thing? I'm sort of clutching at straws here a little bit. Just finding something that makes me go, yeah, I want to play that. Do we play primary green, splashing black for... Maybe that would work. If you played... Sort of went all in with green and splashed either black or red for the removal. That might be a possibility. Yeah, so that might be another avenue, is play bulk green and then splashing black or red for removal. And maybe the Gravedigger. Yeah, that might work. We just... sort that by colour and just see what's going on. What do we got down here? Yeah, that might work. So yeah, so there's some other builds there with mainly green and then just splashing various colours for, you could try, splashing black, splashing red. I don't know if there was anything interesting white, green splashing white. Then you could play the non-basic land we pulled. Anyway, sorry that wasn't a bit more interesting. Just the way these pulls turn out sometimes. Maybe I'm a bit too relaxed this morning as well. Brain's not really, which is probably a good thing. If you're watching this video for sort of its relaxation and ASMR content, then it's probably a win. But from a deck building perspective, yeah, not so good. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.